Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your boy Everything Mel Improvement here, back with another awesome video. How are you guys doing? For today's topic, I really wanted to talk about something that I really much resonated with and still resonate with from time to time, which is the loneliness epidemic. How people here in the US are feeling more lonelier, even with social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. We have all these apps that connects us, but connects us very superficially. We only see people's story, people's posts, what they're doing, but that hasn't trained us to be more outgoing, that hasn't trained us to be more social and have better social calibration. In fact, it's made things a lot worse. Now we now suffer with very low levels of social calibration. We're afraid of putting ourselves out there and exposing ourselves to rejection and judgment. We have this idea in our head that social media has fucked us all over. And we see people approaching and making it seem so easy. We're seeing millionaires and billionaires just come out of nowhere. Freaking 20-year-old making 50 grand a month, which is a 0.0000001%. And all of these things have made us feel inferior to other people, even though consciously we know that that's such a small minority, an insignificant minority. Our brain fucks us over, and our brain focuses on what's more appealing. It's way more this is off topic, but it's way more appealing that a 20-year-old is making 50 grand than a normal 20-year-old in college working part-time and making 2 grand a month. It's just an example. Every single day I feel like when I'm in the gym and I try to approach someone, or if I ask someone for something in public, a lot of people give me this weird look. Not this look of intimidation or angriness, or I just perceive them as mad because I approach them. I see that they have this feeling of like surprise. No one approaches each other anymore. When you make a friend, 90% of people and teens rely on social circles. A group of friends and another group of friends, they have a couple friends in common. Those friends make plans to hang out, parties, and we meet each other. That's how we meet each other most of the times. We don't meet each other approaching each other, cold approaching. If you see a girl you like, cold approach her. Nope, we do none of that. And this is very scary in my opinion, because you shouldn't feel no pressure when you're talking to someone. When you see a girl you like, we shouldn't feel this sort of pressure, this self-made pressure, if that makes any sense. The self-made pressure that if things don't go as planned, people are going to look at us weird, that people are going to judge us, and people are not going to want to be around us. That is not true. No one really cares if you approach someone that you like, or if you try to make friends, whether it's in the gym, in a club, in a social setting, in a party. No one really cares. Everyone is focused on themselves and their insecurities. People are way more focused on their insecurities than they are focused on you. And once you let that sink in, you get this feeling of liberation, because we all feel like we're getting constantly judged. We all feel like everyone is looking at us, and especially when I was in school and I had to make a presentation or get up in front of the class and say something, I was worried. I was extremely worried that people were gonna judge me, people were gonna make fun of me, and some people did, but the vast majority of people did not give a single fuck. The vast majority of people were focused on their nervousness, on their anxiousness, and on their unwillingness to go up and present. And I also really want to touch on being afraid of rejection. I feel like most young teens or young adults have this feeling of shame when we're gonna approach someone, or when we're even thinking of approaching a girl we like, or when you have to ask someone for something, ask someone for directions, or ask waiter if she can get you something. We all have this feeling of shame, which is derived from our past experiences. Maybe we were a little disrespectful towards someone, and they looked at us a certain way and they retaliated back to us that disrespect. Or we maybe had this experience in the past where when we were going to approach someone, and that someone absolutely rejected us, which actually happened to me a couple of semesters ago when I was in college. I had this girl that I really liked, and not really liked, but I thought she was cute, and I walked up to her and I asked her for her Instagram, and she basically said, "What do I need that Instagram for?" Froze, because I didn't expect that she was gonna ask me that question, and I said froze. She just walked away. And it was at the end of class, so I saw her again, and I tried to not make it weird or anything, but I could tell that there was some friction between me and her, simply for the fact that I couldn't answer a simple question. And what happens when you get rejected? Well, absolutely nothing happens. Even though I've seen this happen again and again and again, where you approach someone and maybe they reject you, and they pass by and they see you again, and they see you talking to other people, and they maybe it's in the gym and they see you working out and just going on through life, and that person, I feel like a lot of times that person like, damn, why didn't I give him my number? Why didn't I give him my Instagram? Or they just look at you with a sense of guilt. That's exactly how I can describe it. They look at you with a sense of guilt. That's honestly a really, really good feeling for you to have as the person who they're looking at with guilt, because it's a kind of a self-validating thing. When you get rejected, that person wants to kind of come back in your life and wants to, socialize or congregate with you. It's a very self-validating feeling when you get the sensation of, damn, why did I reject him? But that's for a whole nother video. And as a takeaway, guys, I really want you guys to look at rejection as a thing that happens often, happens frequently, and it's gonna happen consistently. But that does not mean that person that you got rejected by is absolutely never gonna want to talk to you again, never gonna want to exchange words with you, never gonna want to be with you in any sort of way. They could have rejected you for a multitude of different reasons. Maybe they were having a bad day, maybe they did have a boyfriend. There's a multitude of different reasons that you could have gotten rejected for. That's none of your business. If you get rejected, I'd be proud of myself. I'd be proud of myself that I got rejected, because that shows that I had enough courage to go up and say something to that person which I was attracted to. Meeting new people can be a very tough challenge at first, especially when you're not socially warmed up. Your level of awkwardness is really high. When I'm editing a YouTube video for long periods of time, I go out, go to the gym, go to the grocery store, and I feel really tight around people because I haven't been, conversating. I haven't been, with other people. Especially if you work at home or if you work in an office setting, you really, really feel this when it's time for you to go approach someone, or go to the coffee shop or go to the gym, any kind of social setting. You kind of feel this little bit of uncomfortableness. That's the only way I can describe it. And you just gotta warm up. Take very, very small steps. Take very small baby steps and warm up. Start by asking the guy at the gas station how their day is going, and maybe conversate a little bit with them, compliment them. I feel like complimenting people is the number one way to make someone like you. When you not always, because when you always compliment them, it can seem as sort of as you being needy and being a tryhard in order to get their attention. But if you compliment them the right way, every once in a blue moon, they're gonna appreciate you, especially if you compliment them first before they have a chance to compliment you. That's going to set you up towards success, and that's going to set you up to people liking you. What I'm basically doing is that instead of editing videos, publishing videos, making thumbnails in private, I go to a coffee shop and do it. Another thing I really been starting to do is notice people more, especially when I'm at the grocery store, when I'm buying stuff for my dad's restaurant, or when I'm going to Restaurant Depot or Sam's. One thing that I really do is I try to notice people as much as I can. Maybe I see someone walking in front of me, I try to smile and give a compliment or anything of that nature. And once you practice this enough times, you're gonna get to this point where it's gonna feel normal to you. And when you get that feeling that it feels normal to you, that's when you want to push yourself even more. So if you can be more extroverted, that's going to set you up greatly to live a great life, because who doesn't want to be around someone who is charismatic, someone who is extroverted, someone who isn't afraid to make conversation with strangers and engage with strangers and make friends very, very quickly. That's everything I wanted to talk about in today's video, guys. I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.